Okay, hello.
We can catch up again after. So,
Hello to everybody.
hello. This is Diane, the massage mentor, and I'm here with Maria Natera. And I am so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that you're having me here. I
Welcome,
appreciate it.
welcome,
I love
welcome.
you too, Diane. I
Oh,
love your energy and everything about you and everything that you do and that you represent. So thank
oh,
you too.
thank you. It's so exciting. And okay, let's just jump right in because we get to talking sometimes before, and I wanted to make sure that everyone got to hear because there's something that we definitely have in common, and that's I've been a massage therapist for 23, 4, 5, whatever it is, years now. So a lot of now I manage my staff. Oh yeah,
Yes, we gotta pat ourselves on the back for all that, you know?
so I manage my staff now a lot, and I don't get a ton of hands-on time, right? But I still get hands-on time. And we were just talking about how everyone must be kind of like freaking out. Like you've been a massage therapist for 31 years, and you were saying, and I think it's super important, like to let it sink in, and also to comfort other massage therapists for how they
Right,
may be feeling. Like after 31 years, you said this is the longest amount of time you've gone without doing body work.
right.
And
Without
can you
working
share
on
with how you're
anybody.
feeling?
It's really strange. First of all, my nails. I don't know what to do with my nails. I would trim them every Sunday, and now I said, oh, this is the first time I can let my nails grow. I can't stand them. I
You think
cannot stand them.
you won't do any like glitter on them or anything? Like
I know
filler?
I wanted to let them grow and put glitter and do different fancy things with it. No, I can't even stand them as I
Isn't
keep
that
cutting
weird?
them. It,
I
it feels
so
weird.
you notice them so much, the nails, and I don't think anyone could no one on the planet except for another massage therapist could understand
Right,
the nail
right,
dilemma.
right,
So,
right.
so I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. It's just a real different feel that I haven't received body work and I haven't worked on anybody. It's been 6 weeks and it's been challenging all the way around. Not having that close contact with your clients and listening to their stories and how they're doing. And I've gotten really creative, by doing other things here at home and doing, videos on YouTube for students. I do teach online now, and that's what I was telling you. I just came back from a meeting at the school. We're about ready to start another class, and how are we going to incorporate these things that are brand new to all of us? How are we going to teach by making our clients feel safe and our students feel safe and ourselves? So it's a brand new world. It's,
It
all
is.
over.
There's so many, I think there's so many pluses to the online thing. There's like you and I would have never met without online. I wouldn't have met a lot of people
Right,
without being online. But when it
right,
comes to our industry, that like touch, I mean, it's what we do. We
right,
touch, we're
right,
feelers. We like,
right,
for the most part, we like being around people and being helpful. And
right.
so it's a whole new world. I could imagine doing teaching even online would be so strange.
It is. It really is. It's so different, and now I'm having to incorporate, different things. As a matter of fact, yesterday I hosted a Zoom meeting for 10 therapists all around the country to brainstorm some ideas. And I'll tell you some of the things that we came up with. And I welcome, new ideas, but we were talking about how we're going to make our clients feel safe. I was one of those that had scheduled one right after the other, maybe 5 minutes in between, and now I'm gonna have to take a little longer because we need to sanitize the room. We need to, and not that we didn't do it before. We always have. Massage therapists. We have the best health, conscious of washing our hands before and after, and cleaning the headrest, and washing our tools after every use. But we were talking yesterday. I'm used to using my elbows. So and then that's going to touch my clothes. Am I going to have to change my clothes in between clients? It opens up a whole new world out there that we're not used to. And I just want to share with you, Diane, some of the things that we came up with because I think they're
Yeah,
very
please.
important.
Hmm.
And I'm sure most of us have thought of this, but some of them I hadn't thought of. Number one is like, we want to wear a mask to protect ourselves and our clients because, sometimes we accidentally spit on them, when we're talking or something like that. So wearing a mask is very important. Somebody else brought up the fact that maybe we could wear gloves. Somebody else thought, well, we should have a hand sanitizer there, because when our clients come in, we don't know, what they've been touching. So maybe they can sanitize their hands, because obviously we're going to work on their hands. Another thing was somebody else came up with a form, and I really haven't read this form, but from what I understand, and she explained, it's very well put together, saying that if somebody has traveled out of the country, have they been back more than 2 weeks?
yeah.
Have they quarantined themselves? Have they been sick? Have they had the COVID? And are they? Because some of them are asymptomatic, and we need to ask them, do you have have you been sick, do you have a fever, all of those things that we weren't used to asking before. So somebody else came up with a form, and it's very valid, and it's very good. I haven't read it yet, but that was another option, that we had talked about. So there's several things. And somebody else working in a spa setting, from I think she's from California, she works in a spa, but she was talking about asking her clients, to shower before. And it's like, where's it's a fine line, like how much are we going to do without offending our clients? And most of us, like you, Diane, that have our own business, we know our clients, and we want to let them know that we're trying to protect them. So, but anyway, those were some of the things that we discussed, and I just wanted to share that with you, for anybody out there that's feeling like, we don't know what to do when we go back, and we need to incorporate something for our new, the new, this new thing that we're encountering. And somebody also is a teacher. Actually, she was a teacher from California. She says that now they're required to wear eye protectors, like goggles or glasses, and a mask, and before they teach. So it's like, I don't know what our school's gonna do, but anyway, just wanted to share that, that we're all dealing with these questions, because we're getting ready to go back to work here soon, I think.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. One of the cool things about what we've been doing here is we meet as a group, my staff and I, once a week. And
Oh,
some of the things,
wonderful.
yeah, I love it. I do. So
Yes, you're
one of
awesome. You're
one of
awesome.
the things that we were talking about, and one of the things that I think is super important, I think there's all kinds of mixed reviews on a lot of things. One thing that I think is really important that this shows us, Maria, I think how important it is to build regular client bases, having those regular clients who we can, it's easier to ask questions to someone that you've been seeing for a long time.
Right,
It's
right.
going
And
to
that
be
we
easier to get
trust.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to get those people back, and they won't mind answering questions, filling out waivers, and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
think that is one huge reason why I think it's super important when you're working with people to try to get them rebooked and try to have them become regular clients. I
Right,
like that. Or at least if your business isn't of the approach where you work on someone only if they're hurting, well, just make sure they know, that they're coming back to you next time they're hurting. So
right,
whatever level you have regulars. So that was one thing that we were thinking about. And then another thing that I think is important too, I don't know about you, is I was thinking about just cool old fashioned ultraviolet air purifiers too in the rooms. Because I know, for me as a therapist, a lot of times I would work in a room all day and it would like get hot. You'd feel like get hot
right,
and almost like a little muggy. So I
right,
always
right, right. I shake the sheets. I'm known for shaking the sheets.
like just trying to like air it out, like move the
Right.
energy. So a lot of times too, I would just maybe open a window or whatever. So one of the things I think that I don't know why I hadn't thought of it before was just getting some kind of, I know I have them in my home, an ultraviolet air purifier, which to me just, it pulls all the germs and stuff for the most part, out
Okay.
of the air. And someone just said an ionizer. I don't know much about that. I just know that I use the ultraviolet air purifier.
Well,
So
thank you for sharing that, because that gives me ideas, and I can put it out to all the people, that I, that follow me and that I can help. I think as a community is very important. That's why I love what you do, Diane. I love what you do because you
Aw,
care enough about clients and students that, you create this atmosphere that we're not alone, that we can help each other out. We have a responsibility because we're more seasoned. I don't want to say old, but we're more seasoned and we can help others. And new, young, therapists are looking to us. I have somebody that contacted me that she had just passed the NCLEX test 5 days before this, the closures. And, she's devastated. She was eager to go out there and start working. And they're looking to us. How are we leading? How are we handling this? And I think this is why it's so important, the work that you do. So thank you. Thank you.
you want to know a story, a cool story? And thank you. You're online all the time. I don't know how many videos you have, but you have so many videos covering all kinds of stuff. And it takes a lot of work to do that stuff. So
You know
I'll
what
say
it does?
right
People
back at
don't
you.
realize that, but it does.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to thank you too. And one of the things, I just heard this really cool story, and I have to share it because I surround myself, as a business owner. I try not to make too many decisions just on my own. I have a group of people that I go to, and then I try to pass that on. But there was a story that I heard. Want to hear it?
Sure.
So
Yes.
there was a group of kids, and they were all in a football field, right? And at the end of the football field was a big basket of candy,
Hmm.
right? And the first group of kids, they were from America, and they told the kids, they said, we're gonna count to three, and then you go. And they just let them make the decision what that meant for themselves. So all the kids, they go 1, 2, 3, go. And they ran as fast as they could. All of them ran as fast as they could. And the strongest, fastest kid grabbed the candy and took it. So one kid got the candy. You know.
Wow.
Okay, so next they had another group of kids line up. And these kids were from another country, but here, there, another. And these kids, they counted to three. They said 1, 2, 3. And these kids all looked at each other, grabbed each other's hands,
Oh,
and then ran for the basket together. They ran for the
wow.
basket together, and they shared the candy. And for me, that
Wow.
was like, that
Wow.
for me said a lot. And it really said a lot for, how I want to be as a person and how I'd love us to be
Exactly.
as a community. Like you said, it's our responsibility as people who've been around a little longer, just to share
Right.
our knowledge. And none of us are right, and none of us are wrong unless we're
Right.
causing physical harm or mental harm. And I just think, that's one of the cool things. And one of the things that I really like about you too is that you put yourself out there, and that's not easy, and you're not holding back, and you're sharing what you know. And I
Thank
think
you.
that it's to be respected for all of us. But
Well,
I,
thank
I
you.
do. I hope the
Thank
best
you.
that, like I said, that people take the time to watch the videos, listen, and find someone that they can run ideas by, and all that stuff. I think it's super important to have that community.
It is. It really
And
is.
there's
And
my story. Isn't that a neat story?
it is. I really like that story. And actually, I was wearing my shirt that with all the kids holding hands, And then since I had that meeting, I said, well, now they tell you take off your clothes when you come home and change. So I had to come home and change from
Oh,
that meeting. I had that shirt because I think it is very important, for all of us not to leave anybody behind because you never know who needs to hear what you have to say that day. You never know who's feeling discouraged, who hasn't been able to to pay the rent or who's scared to go back to work because, they don't want to get contaminated and they have kids at home or elderly parents. I mean, endless stories that I hear all the time. And you never know. It might just be one person you touch that day. And that's all it takes just to pay it forward to one person is
and
all.
you've made a huge difference in the world. That's really what
Exactly.
I think the biggest thing is helping other people. And we are like, we're getting pretty deep.
Right. There you go. Let me cross that. Yeah. Well,
So,
see that, and
so
that's the thing. Some people need that. Some people need that. They need to go deep. This is the time to go deep. This, a lot of people are thinking of it as horrible, and I want to stay focused on the positive. Our Earth, Mother Earth, is finally getting healed
getting a
from so
break.
much.
Yes.
Like I heard the dolphins were back in, was it Rome and Italy, that the dolphins are back on their shores, that you can see the fish, that you can see the stars in China because everybody's staying home and there's not so much pollution. And families now, are eating dinner together. They're reading to their kids. They're spending time with their kids. So I like to, people that were overworked, my son is one of them, who's a big chef, I think of him having to run 5 restaurants and working 80 hours a week, and it's like this much needed rest is a lot of people are healing. There's probably going to be a lot of divorces too at the end of at the end of all this, but let's focus on the positive.
And then,
Let's
yeah,
focus on the
love
positive
it. So
outcomes.
true. It's like one of my big things is pause. And I always say, wait for it.
Yes.
Wait for it. Like, if I can just pause, usually I just need that pause. And I share that with everyone that knows me. And this is like the great pause. It's like the pause for the whole entire world. Everyone right now is put on pause. It's not just
Exactly.
you. It's not just me. It's everybody.
Yeah, when you think it's the whole world, it's kind of, like, and we're all connected. And then you realize that they're just people just like us, trying to make a living, trying to survive. It's the same, they hurt the same, they bleed the same, they laugh the same, they love the same, and I think this has brought us together more as, as a unit, as one. It's connected us. Like I tell you, I'm hearing from people from all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
with
So
this
cool.
Instagram and YouTube and all that. Is like, it's fabulous, fantastic to hear what's going on all over the world and how we can come together, and be one. All
Yeah.
one is, that we're just all one. Too much
So
philosophy. The Tai Chi is coming out. I've been teaching the Tai
yeah.
Chi, so
So well, no, I think it's great, and I think there is we all have to find that balance within ourselves and as people. So
right.
that's what I just want to hear about. Tell us what you're up to with the Tai Chi online. People can check you out online and maybe take
Yes.
a Tai Chi class with you.
Yes, I was trying to get creative. It's like, first of all, I have to keep doing something. And my biggest passion is to teach. So I was thinking, okay, I'm already teaching the students online. I was teaching, kinesiology actually. And that's really difficult to teach online because, I'm very hands on. I want them to draw the muscles on each other. And it's like, we couldn't do that. But this is the other alternative. And one day I just woke up. It's like, I need something else to teach. And I said, well, why not the Tai Chi? That's the one thing that I did that for 18 years every day. And I decided something called me to it. The world needs Tai Chi right now. The world needs the peace that going within, and yes, you're right, right, get the chi flowing and the balance. And I've been doing qigong exercises, which is breath work, and we all need to stimulate, our vagus nerve, and go into parasympathetic mode because a lot of people are feeling anxiety, and I feel like
So many people.
right. I don't even want to think about the mental health issues after this. However, I wanted to give something back to people to look forward to. And I started a Tai Chi class online, on YouTube, Massage Therapeutics. And I've been doing it now Monday and Wednesday. And it's only half an hour, but I am going over the basics because I'm not a master, So I'm going over the basics of beginner's Tai Chi, and I do a lot of qigong exercises and showing them a little bit of the form, which is 130 postures. So now we're not doing all of that yet. We're just baby steps. And I think people find comfort. I've gotten some really good reviews from other people from all
Of
over the
course you
world.
have.
Oh, well, thank you. That I really appreciate it, that I really finding peace. And that's the thing, is like, I want to, if I can plant a seed on somebody of feeling peaceful and going within and learning to use your chi, why not? This was something that was given to me and I want to pay it forward. So that's what I'm doing. That's another class that I'm teaching. I
So
don't know for how long, but
make sure that you guys up. I'm going to post all the information on this interview later on, so
thank
you'll be
you.
able to check it out. Maybe take a class, do a little Tai Chi, and tell us any cool videos coming out or anything that you've done recently you're super proud of.
All
Besides
my
everything.
videos were pause. My next video was a video on mastectomies, and I was so looking forward to that, and I had to cancel. This woman that's going to be volunteer to be my model has had a double mastectomy, and I wanted to show, how do you massage after, a surgery, and women, it's different when they've been, going through chemo or radiation, or they're already 5 years, post. So there are different types of massages, and I've got that coming up as soon as we're, out of the restrictions. That's going to be my first video, because it was already set up, and I'm so looking forward to that. That's needed. I'm all about what do people need. I've done so many of anatomy and physiology and kinesiology, drawing the muscles on the body so that I can demonstrate, how do you work the carpal tunnel, the rotator cuff, and we've done all those videos. So I there's so many videos I want to do. I have a list of like 20, and I still haven't gotten to them. So we'll see, Diane. We'll see how it goes.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for your time today. We're going to post all your information, and please take a Tai Chi class with Maria. I'm sure it's probably awesome. You'll probably
Thank you. I have
and
them in folders because I started with, in the very first one, I taught as massage therapist, how do we incorporate this into our practice? The stances, the breathing, how do we apply
I
Tai
like that.
Chi when we're working? Because
Yes.
obviously we have to, maintain ourselves. I think this is the reason why I've been able to still be doing massages after 31 years, because I've
Yes.
applied Tai Chi principles. So,
That is awesome.
start with number one, but I am on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. That would be 12 Eastern and 9 Pacific. And I'll keep Mondays and Fridays going for a while until I have, till I go back to work full time and teach. I'm going to be teaching 2 classes here real soon again. So, but that's what's going on in my life. Always trying to stay out of trouble. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's
Stay out of
right.
trouble. So thank you,
So,
Diane.
of
Thank you
course,
for all having me on. I appreciate it.
we're going to post all your information. Check it out. And Maria, if you would hang tight for a second after we go. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. And this too shall pass.
That's what I say. Yes, stay healthy and strong.